Okay. We're on it.
Patience is about to be rewarded. Pokemon Tournament Challenge Cup Master Ball. The opening blows are about to be exchanged in a furious battle between level 75 Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure I'm Houndoom. And that's definitely Crobat.
What's the opening gambit? The hit glanced right off. There's the attack. Great hit.
Flamethrower. That is a change of pace.
To the state of using a held item.
And apparently we got the burn, and it didn't say anything.
Flamethrower. Yes, it's a hit. Oh, knockout. Which Pokemon
I must be Quick Claw. I don't understand why I just went first.
Oh, it's Psycho. The white hot
In any case, Flamethrower Houndoom is very rare, at least in my experience. I mean, it's not any more rare than any other Houndoom you can get, but every time I've had a Houndoom, it's always been Fire Blast or something that isn't Flamethrower. When I say it's rare, I don't mean you're not going to see a Flamethrower Houndoom that often. I'm saying for myself, with what I've played, I can't tell you the last time I had a Flamethrower Houndoom instead of Fire Blast or a weaker fire move.
This is the last Pokemon.
This will be a good opportunity to see if we're Bite or Feint Attack. Hopefully not Pursuit.
It used its attraction.
Don't know who went first.
It became attracted to the opponent. It appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon.
Couldn't tell you if I went first or not.
Brace itself to endure an attack. A flash of confused ray. It's become confused.
So I think he's the one who's attracted.
A hot battle is unfolding.
What was that move I just used? Endure.
Fake attack.
Feint Attack. Wow.
Whoa, that
This is actually the best Houndoom I've ever had.
attracted by the opponent.
I've never had Flamethrower Feint Attack. That's actually insane.
Now one more.
I'd call Feint Attack a reasonably powerful dark move. Obviously he can learn Crunch, which would be his strongest dark move. But I'm pretty sure Feint Attack is stronger base power than Bite. And if it isn't, then whatever. But as far as this run would go, I like Feint Attack more than Bite because the 7th fight, which is predominantly Psychic types, is also predominantly evasion based. So Feint Attack is the perfect dark move for those fights. So we gained a lot of valuable stuff here. That is to say, one Continue and a solid core Pokemon that we're probably going to be using for a lot of fights. And in fact, I'm planning right now to do my 2nd, 3rd, and then Houndoom on the end. Because if this fight turns into like a Steelix Donphan situation,
Pokemon on the field to start the battle.
Exeggutor is perfect, so... Two tops. Does he even have a Scizor? He does. This is a little troublesome because you can just swap back the Kabutops on the Fire Flamethrower. Hopefully we don't use Solar Beam.
Building up power for its next attack. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle? What's it do? That didn't do much.
I'm gonna switch to my second before Houndoom because I know for a fact we're gonna get ourselves caught in a loop. Sticks is okay. Dig would be rough. Earthquake would be awesome. Because you can't really switch if I use Earthquake. And we can beat a Scissor 1v1 this way. Yeah. We're in a good spot. Just gotta fade the rollout. And the dig, but can't win them all. Solar Beam, dig.
These Pokemon are equally fit. There's plenty of fight left in both of them.
This is misery.
The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
Alright, we're gonna employ some attract strats.
Oh, it's Houndoom. There's the attack. Oh, that was weak. Sandstorm finally quiet. What impact?
I'm expecting a switch. I don't know why he would stay in.
If you did the traction. Hey, it's the
That surprises me.
the opponent. The pitch distracted to the other
I mean, if he's not gonna switch, I'll take the free Scissor kill.
flamethrower.
That is very surprising. I would have expected a switch. Granted, this is a very rare instance again. This is probably just contextual. Only for me, this is rare. Scissor Kabutops is a very strange combination, especially with Rhydon. Because the most common Pokemon I usually see are Donphan and Steelix. It's almost always those two. And if it's not those two, it's Donphan and Rhydon, Donphan and Golem.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle.
It's rare to see a non-Aerodactyl, non-ground type lead.
How will this Pokemon switch of
I don't know if I'm faster than Kabutops. I am, which is good. That's right on. What am I thinking? I was thinking it was Kabutops. Thought it was Kabutops using Dig. Anyway.
battle is unfolding. Again, Solar Beam.
Kabutops Scizor is a very rare combination for this fight. And me actually having a fire type for this fight is a very rare occasion. If I have it, it's on accident. So I've never really been in this situation where there was a Scissor and a Kabutops. And the game plan was to use Flamethrower. Alright, he has Surf. I was going to scout if he had Dig. I don't know why he would go for Dig, but I was going to scout for it first. And I just wanted to find where my Psychic move was. We should live 2 more Surfs, or at least 2 more Ancient Powers. Oh. I briefly thought he said that it was confused, but I was talking so I couldn't really listen. But it like in the back of my mind as I was finishing my sentence, I was like, did he just say he's confused? Turns out it was. Alright, we're at half, so let's see. Dig. Yeah, Dig would take me about half. Not half, but reasonable direction. Surf would not be able to bring me below half too heavily. So I'm gonna guess my Exeggutor finished at about 70 HP. Something in like the 40% range, 35%. That's just a guess. Sandstorm brought me into yellow. Maybe I was at exactly yellow from the Surf. So 2 solid continues. A ton of solid Pokemon. Who was our third? We had Executor second. We swapped. We learned that our Pokemon was a... Wow, I already forgot my third. What moves were I preparing for? I wanted to learn about my team. I made the switch. That's either a Tentacruel or an Electrode. And if it's Tentacruel, we're in trouble. Steelix. Steelix is a good switch here, too. It's not good for this fight. It's not very good for this fight, but... Oh, I just went for a move instead of a switch. Sleep powder? Okay, good. I don't have to live with the shame of not switching. Alright, Steelix. I... We've learned a lot about our team. That is something I can say. That is a correct statement. I somehow didn't choose Steelix when I selected my team. And conveniently found Jolteon. So I know what my core is going to be. And now we're going to see if this is correct. If I lead with Jolteon, then I don't need any new information. I know where my squad is. Okay. So Jolteon is our 4th. Scyther is our 5th. Didn't catch a single sound, but it was probably a Tentacruel. And he did switch, so we'll go hard Executor on the dig. Charge up a Solar Beam, get in a good hit, and then see where we go from there. And then we won't know our 6th unless it gets dire. We did find our electric move. What was our top for... No, we didn't learn it. Our Executor didn't get to go. He died to 2 Sludge Bombs. Good news is, virtually nothing on this person's team would want to take a hit from an Executor. Bad news is, I'm like 90% sure Solar Beam never kills Steelix. Was that a crit? No. Just a baseline hit. Oh, defense down is scary actually. How bad could it be to switch hard to my last here? My last could be an Aerodactyl. And a Rhydon. It was a rock type, but it wasn't weak. It wasn't weak to a steel attack. Alright, anything but rollout, Amistar. Anything but rollout.
What's this? A light hit. Ah, that didn't do much. It dug its way underground. Sparks are flying from both competitors. What'll it do? Whoops, that missed. How's that?
I lived.
Battle is unfolding.
Oh man, was not expecting that. Yes! Water gun! No. Oh no.
KO will bring out a new
It's the return of the worst Amistar.
Pokemon appears with a cry.
Alright, that's definitely a Tentacruel.
The white hot
We're definitely staying in.
combatants face each other. There's Bumblebee. That's it. Yes, it's going down.
Praise Helix.
This Pokemon will join the battle now.
Oh no, I went to Exeggutor.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle.
I thought I was switching to Jolteon.
2 Pokemon remain on each side.
Alright, well, if we're Thunder.
Vicious attack.
I mean, he just dies to Sludge Bomb. That's the worst part. Oh, man. Imagine having a perfect, well, not perfect,
Pokemon
but the fact that I got 2 continues, I would consider a perfect start.
the Pokemon emerging.
Imagine getting a perfect start and then squandering your start, your massive lead on the 3rd fight.
Drilled a weak. Whoa, that's
Didn't kill.
a sharp attack. Great hit.
We're in trouble if his last is Lapras or Vaporeon.
From this heated battle.
Even Blastoise or Feraligatr would be very problematic. Even yeah, no, everything is problematic. I don't think I can one-shot any water type except for Cloyster and maybe Starmie, if that's Thunder. And Lapras means I don't one-shot with anything. So we're at the mercy of a Blizzard, a Hydro Pump. One of those might kill at half. We did hit. And if we're still on Thunder, then we're really at risk here.
What'll it do?
Okay, didn't kill.
That did little damage.
Icy Wind.
Indeed.
Okay. Icy Wind might kill. But I actually also might be faster.
Here it comes. Thunder. That's a hit.
Didn't miss. We only lost 1 continue.
That settles this battle.
Who was our last? What did we learn? Amistar. Bad. Can't use it. Scyther. Actually good in the next fight. Don't know anything about him, though. So we're going to go 5. I'm not thrilled about the idea of Houndoom, but it's probably okay. I'm not thrilled about Steelix, so I don't want to use it. Exeggutor is also not thrilling. I actually definitely prefer Houndoom to anything else, mostly because it has Attract. So if we're going to get into ourselves into an Attract off, like if it's with a Blissey or Snorlax, I can just use Attract. So we want to lead Scyther. We want to have Houndoom Jolteon. And hopefully he doesn't lead Miltank. Miltank would be rough because we have to switch. And if we have to switch, we're susceptible to Earthquake. Lapras. Can deal with a Lapras. We also get some Attract intel this turn.
Oh, it's Jolteon. The move
Our Jolteon is the opposite gender of our Scyther.
There's the shot. Whoop, that missed. There's the attack.
That sounds like Blizzard?
It lands right off.
Nope. Icy Wind. Still can't tell the difference audibly.
The white-hot battle continues.
There's something about Blizzard that I do recognize when I recognize it. I just misattributed the sound of Icy Wind there.
My, missed again. What's this? A light pack.
I mean, he's going for Icy Wind against a Jolteon.
Must be it.
Does that mean he only has Water Gun? I'm gonna go for one more Thunder, but then I actually want to switch to Houndoom.
What's that? No, that didn't connect.
Nice dodge for a 95 accuracy. That miss almost incentivizes me to stay in, but since I'm slower anyway, and I've taken 2 hits, I do not want my Jolteon to get any slower. Or any weaker, I should say. And Houndoom will take a hit. Houndoom might not be faster. I'm like actually very certain after an Icy Wind he won't be faster, but a Bubble Beam or a Water Gun won't kill me. So we can kill with Flamethrower here. Wow, stat change. Still faster. Take those. We take those.
We're eagerly awaiting the appearance of the next Pokemon. Oh, it's Machamp! The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 2. The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball.
I'm currently contemplating if Machamp can learn Rock Slide. I feel like I've only seen Rock Slide on Golem.
Very effective. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle? What's this? The hit lands right off.
Swift is not a good attack. Fire Punch?
What'll it do?
Track.
Hey, hey, it's
Obnoxious, but not unbearable.
both batters still fresh and
Title of my Tinder profile.
this Pokemon is very much attracted by the opponent. What's that? It appears to be impervious to
Does have the Ice Punch, which is a bit worrisome. Let's do some swap skis. Don't want to risk getting frozen. Don't want to lose another turn to attract. I can guarantee we get our Scyther back in on an Ice Punch, or whatever his fighting move was. Couldn't quite make out the sound. It sounded like Dynamic Punch, but it didn't confuse us. So it might be Cross Chop. Didn't sound like Cross Chop though. Let's listen a little more closely. And then we'll try and get through the attract.
Pokemon appears with a cry. How's that? That didn't accomplish much. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare? There's the attack. Ah, that
Well, we found Fury Cutter, which is not what we were going for, but
what's this? Hey, it became a threat to the opponent. They're both hanging tough. Here comes
okay.
the Pokemon switch.
For a second I thought I hit attack and not switch, so I was a little concerned because switching to up for Houndoom would have been attacking with Fury Cutter there. And that is not the result we want.
What's it do? It's not very effective.
Playing Lar on the Ice Punch freeze has to be correct though. I'm convinced of that.
Which have on the battle.
The risk of attract, the risk of freeze makes this definitely the correct play. And so now we have a chance to... I don't think we can one-shot with wing attack. We haven't really done any damage I can think of. Just the Fury Cutter.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle? Sharp attack! That struck home! What now? Hey, it became attractive to the opponent. It's a
I'll risk 1, and then I'll switch to a Houndoom.
It appears to be attracted to the other Pokemon. How's that? It withstood that easily. Are both Pokemon running out of speed?
That incentivizes me to go to Houndoom. But he could also go for a fighting move here, theoretically, if I'm low enough. Expecting the switch. There's a world where he could go for, like, Vital Throw here.
Rejoining the battle.
But now I know that Flamethrower will kill because he's in range.
What's this? That
Alright, didn't get frozen.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon?
A little bit slow, but we've also managed to cultivate an opportunity.
There it goes.
We just might be able to pull off a continue, despite the length of this fight. Can't think of anything on the end here that would be possible. Best case scenario is Heracross, but I'm used to Heracross being a lead in these spots.
Oh, it's Snorlax. It's down to the last.
Snorlax is a problem.
The number of remaining Pokemon is
I could attract here, but I think it's best to just Flamethrower.
what next? The hit lands right off.
Gotta start whittling.
Inflicted some damage. Oh, it has no
Hyper
range.
Beam, huh?
What Pokemon will appear next?
Statistically speaking, we have the highest chance to win by going Jolteon first. My reasoning for this is if Thunder doesn't kill, if I don't somehow eke my way through and hit 2 or 3 Thunders in a row, if one of them hits and paralyzes like I think that one just did,
It can't move. It used a gold berry to
because his voice, he said ah for Thunder. It could have just been like a normal like 4-hit KO power attack, but if we hit and paralyze, we have a,
still can't move.
yeah, that voice was him saying ah, was him getting paralyzed. This is why Jolteon first was the better line. If we go Scyther first,
Oh, that's a miss.
we go for wing attack, die to Hyper Beam for sure.
There's the attack.
If we go to Jolteon,
Hey,
we go for Thunder,
to the opponent.
and then maybe we get one more Thunder turn off, which in this case we did because we paralyzed. And then we have the best chance to either paralyze it or get it in range of 2 wing attacks. Because for Snorlax to kill Jolteon, he's going to go for Hyper Beam.
That was good.
Although Shadow Ball could take us out in 2 hits.
Defense is down. The heated action
Either way,
continues.
the chance for paralysis is what really propelled the idea that Jolteon first, Scyther second, would be the most likely route to victory.
No, that didn't connect. It can't move.
And it is proving its merits right now.
Is unfolding.
Breaking through twice is great. Great. Whew.
There are no more remaining Pokemon. And there goes the battle.
My neck is a little stiff, and my back has been... I have a story. So, right around the spring break for me, so like the second week of March, the pandemic was starting to like more or less seem like it was going to start really coming into fruition, right? And so my school, my college, made the choice to change all classes to remote classes. And so what ended up happening for me was Scyther, Jolteon, Houndoom. Okay. So what ended up happening was the 2 weeks following spring break, one of my classes did this thing where the test we were supposed to have immediately following our spring break, we were supposed to spend spring break to study. Okay. And so that test got canceled outright, and we were given full credit for the test because it would be a nightmare to do any grading elsewise. So what ended up happening for me, and this has happened to me in the past, right after spring break, when all of our classes got shifted to online, I ended up not necessarily taking advantage of the transition period, but inconsequentially, I'm trying to think of the word I'm thinking of. I guess inconsequently is the word I'm thinking of. I just didn't really do anything, so I was staying at home. Actually, this was also the same time my workplace decided if he's got a grass type on the end, we have Houndoom, so I'm just going to stay and get some damage. Good crit. So anyway, my workplace wasn't needing my position there for the week, for like the duration of those 2 or 3 weeks right after spring break. And then my classes were transitioning, so I was spending all of my time at home. And so I invariably ended up spending more time at home, being a homebody, right? And so everything that I was doing leading up to spring break, I had great posture. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I had really great posture. I felt comfortable sitting up. I could feel my spine's like curvature. It felt good. It felt normal. And the 2 or 3 weeks right after spring break where... Oh, I didn't even realize he went first. I guess he went for extreme speed. Because I was spending time at home, my posture suffered very badly. Like, the way I sat was just really bad. It was lazy. This was a weird fight. We should win if we hit at least one Thunder. Okay. Ooh, did that crit? Or paralyze? I'm going to take this opportunity to see if we have Headbutt. I'll even take Takedown at this point. Nope, that didn't work. So anyway, the point of this really long, drawn-out story is my neck is stiff right now. And my back is still... it's suffering. I've adjusted and I've grabbed a pillow that I've been using to kind of like keep a pseudo amount of lumbar support. But it's not enough, and it's not proper. Like, I'm still hunched over right now. So I'm suffering from... Nice. I'm suffering from poor posture at the moment. It was really bad right after the month of March, and it's mostly been bad except for the last a month and a half, 2 months maybe. It got better, but it's still rough. So I'm trying to find as many opportunities as I can to like make sure I have the proper posture. Like this position sucks for me right now. I used to like be like this posture all the time. No pain, no, it was effortless. Now I can't even fully extend to this posture without feeling like the tiniest bit of restraint. Not like a pain restraint, but just like a I can't be in this position restraint. We're going to go all special. We're going to lead Houndoom, Exeggutor, Jolteon for this fight. Almost Star with Water Gun is not going to cut it. A Fire Electric Grass Core is kind of weird. There's a little bit of redundancy in a lot of what they do, and they're all special types. This is either Electrode or Tentacruel. I'm going to go Jolteon first, because Jolteon deals with both of those. And if he is Electrode, we'll go hard Exeggutor. But usually Electrode has a longer sound, so it sounded like Tentacruel. Yeah. Anything but a ground type here. Por favor. Nice. Whoops, that missed. Sludge Bomb? Okay. So, the fact that this is an Acid Bubble Beam Tentacruel feels good. Ooh, speed down. Tentacruel should be faster than Jolteon after a -1. Yeah. That's a big difference there, actually. Hit or miss, we're switching to Exeggutor after this. Miss being the worst case scenario. I should die to another Bubble Beam too, so I think we gotta commit with Exeggutor and just spam Confusion. We could go for one Solar Beam. I think I have the most time to kill if I do Solar Beam Confusion rather than Confusion Solar Beam. Because if I only have 2 turns to attack, I'd rather get the Solar Beam hit in. If he goes to a Fire type, we're also really in big trouble here.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
It's like I was saying. It's not that I feel any pain when I lift it up, it's just I literally can't go any further. Like, I used to be able to feel my back extend the full way, like my spine be able to be fully upright. Now it just, there's no room for it. When I do this, this is the farthest I can go. When I breathe in, like extend my lungs, I get a little bit of extra room, but not enough. Not enough to make a difference. So the question is, do I save time and quit, or do I try to win? The answer is quit, because my Jolteon took 3 Bubble Beams? Alright, so Tentacruel lead. Not unsurprising. Exeggutor is a bit too slow. He's a tank for the ground types. It's just too slow. I think we're going to have to go with the amazingly awkward Jolteon Houndoom Scyther combo. Scyther is really rough. Not really any good matchups. But it's a ground immunity, and it can take a fighting hit. Porygon, okay. I actually had to think about that very carefully. If he's Hyper Beam, this is kind of rough, but I don't see switching to Scyther as a good idea. And we got the hit, which is good. So what are the threats? What are the threats? A water type is still threatening here. Just hit twice. That's good. That kill is very good for us. I have no more fears now. I usually think of Porygon as being a tank. I mean, that's pretty obvious to anyone who's played like Pokemon, competitive Pokemon. You just think of Porygon as a tank because they always run a Violet, right? The thing is, even without a Violite, like Porygon is just like a solid bulky Pokemon. So it's weird to me when Thunder 2 KOs. But it's still a good thing. And I'm glad that it 2 KOs. Cross chop. Goes to an electric type here most of the time, I think. We go hard Jolteon. Go for a couple bites. And then attack with Houndoom until it dies. Get a chip shot off on Champ, and then finish off with Wing Attack. That is our current plan of attack. And we bite. We do not Thunder. If he switches to Machamp, though, that'd be very weird. And I wouldn't have expected him to, but that would have been interesting. But yeah, there's definitely no merit to a Machamp switching into a bite. Because then I just go for Thunder. AI doesn't work that way. Houndoom, Flamethrower, 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 Wing Attack.
One Pokemon remains.
I did not think Electabuzz would be faster than a Houndoom. Gotta be honest about that one. That was not an idea in my mind. Could not have conceived of that ever. Now if we dodge a cross chop, we're in a great spot here. Flamethrower should never 2 a KO here, but I'd be very pleased if it did. Didn't think so. Another dodge. We got there. It's a bit grueling, but we got there. Alright, so we made this mistake last time, in our last run. We led our electric type, predicting a Stormy lead, when we had access to a dark type, which is, in general, very good in the next fight. And we lost that fight. Are we going to learn from our mistake? Is the game plan lead the dark type? The answer is yes. Because we also have another amazing Pokemon, defensively speaking, for this fight. The problem is he only knows Dig. At least what we know of him. He only knows Dig. There's a good chance he knows Iron Tail. We don't know where Iron Tail is. That's why you lead Houndoom. Why is that a range?
It increased its evasiveness. One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one looks tired. Fake attack! That's it! There it is! Knockout! KO will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Houndoom! The crowd's excitement is building from this heated battle.
It feels really bad switching hard Jolteon here.
This Pokemon is
But my Steelix straight up loses to Houndoom, and Houndoom straight up beats anything on the end.
Jolteon!
The exception being Umbreon, but if he has Umbreon, we have a good chance to win.
Hit! That inflicted
That was probably Crunch, not Bite.
what impact will this Pokemon
But it could have been Bite, but it was most likely Crunch. We need to hit one Thunder to feel comfortable moving forward.
on sharp attack?
Okay.
Great hit!
I am comfortable moving forward. That might be a Bite. I feel like Crunch has a meteor sound, you know? It's like...
Here it comes! Thunder! Oh, that's a miss.
Okay, it is Crunch.
Right, that's a hit. Oh, it's collapsed.
That makes the most sense. Him going for Crunch makes me feel better about Houndoom, though, because Houndoom will definitely take...
Pokemon will join the battle now.
Houndoom will kill before our opponent can get 2 Crunches off, right? I'm pretty sure 2 Flamethrowers will kill. So at most, he's gonna get 1 Crunch off. That's my feeling.
What's next? A light hit. Oh, that was weak. What's this? Hammer where it hurts. The white-hot battle continues.
His last is Starmie. I'm gonna be very upset.
What now? Right, that's a hit. There it is.
Granted,
Knockout.
it's tough to say if he would have a Starmie on the end, because he's risking the feint attack when he leads Exeggutor, right? But he would have gone to it when he died, so no, he doesn't have it.
Oh, it's Pinsir.
Yeah, Pinsir.
This is the last Pokemon.
Pinsir is perfect.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
I think this kills from full.
Will this do it?
Yeah.
Out of there.
I was trying to think of the voice line that the announcer would give if it was the win, and that was one of them. Will this decide it? That is one of the handful of voice lines he could have used. The finishing blow, all those kind of words. So, we got there. Didn't even need the Steelix, but Steelix was pretty good for this matchup. Only lost to Houndoom, and did pretty okay against the other 2. Alright, did we learn our lesson? What did we decide for 6? We decided we like Scyther. We definitely want to lead Jolteon. And then we have like the strangest combination of Pokemon here. I mean, I really just... Like, Houndoom's moveset is awesome. Scyther's moveset is
Final battle. Which trainer will
the baseline. I mean, I don't know what else you can learn for Scyther. He's only good for Wing Attack and Swords Dance. Kabutops is good. Could have also been Kingdra, but I don't think it's Kingdra.
they prepare for battle? Oh,
And even if it was Kingdra, it's still a good matchup. Just gotta fade a ground type. Venusaur, you say?
here's the first move. That didn't do much. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
I guess Houndoom's the best switch here. Problem is, he could go for Earthquake, which actually makes a lot of sense and makes this switch pretty rough. But I don't want to go Scyther because I feel like Scyther guarantees he switches to Kabutops. And I don't want him to switch to Kabutops again. Alright, Solar Beam. Okay, sure. Sure. Okay.
Number of remaining Pokemon is 3-2. This battle's outcome is still far from certain.
Hold up.
The Pokemon is returning
Just a second.
Pokeball. Oh, it's Scyther.
I've heard of this scenario in Legends.
What's next?
I never thought I would see it.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
If he didn't crit me there,
The trainers
this would feel a lot cooler.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. What'll it do? The hit glanced right off. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Switching to Jolteon here is a losing play like 30% of the time, actually.
Pokemon is switching out.
Alright, technically it's only a 10% losing chance. If he Ancient Powers and gets the boost,
Pokemon is
we're screwed.
the battle.
The other thing is if he crits,
A furious attack. Great hit. What impact will this Pokemon
this is the other thing is if I miss, which is the 30% chance,
Here comes the Pokemon.
and if he switches, we're Gucci. I don't fear anything. We always keep Jolteon alive.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
Jolteon is the only thing keeping me from losing to Kabutops, and I'm still only 30% chance to kill.
Whoops, that meant
And that miss is really gonna hurt.
switched out Pokemon.
So we go Houndoom here. I think we're gonna go for Feint Attack, predicting the switch. I don't think he's incentivized to stay in. Did go Umbreon instead of Kabutops though. Why is that?
That was weak. Oh, special defense is down.
Why is that?
How will this Pokemon
And now that he's hit the
flow of battle?
Shadow Ball special defense drop.
What's this?
Okay, yeah, he does stay in.
A light hit.
That is good information. I did not want to
What now?
risk him not switching,
Up with money.
but now we're in a really big pickle.
Signs of fatigue yet.
Neither side is showing signs of fatigue, so we're doing okay.
A light attack.
I should have swapped to Scyther here because of that special defense drop.
What'll it do? It's not very effective.
In fact, I think I'll do it now.
Marks the flying
I've got the route in mind, and this gives us a chance to get my favorite voice line.
Pokemon is switching out.
My favorite voice line is coming right now. Although, crit Shadow Ball, Feint Attack. Feint Attack might kill again,
Kill its Pokemon.
and I do not want to risk losing.
That was a glancing blow. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Screw it, we're switching. I don't think Feint Attack does anything to... Jolteon hasn't taken any damage as far as I know, actually, so... I'm not really worried about... I shouldn't be worried this much.
The Pokemon appears.
Oh no, it has taken Ancient Power, but Ancient Power would do like maybe 30-40%.
How's that?
Yeah.
A light hit. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Alright,
And yet another Pokemon switch.
He doesn't even humor me with my favorite voice line.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball.
The fact that this Umbreon has stayed in has just thrown off all of my game plans for these switches. Shadow Ball's very strange there. Alright, we didn't get slowed down finally, so we can win now. We can actually start winning. He's not going to switch. So Feint Attack is much weaker. Flamethrower 2 more times? Should kill. And then Kabutops. We Feint Attack. Ooh. I actually might die to a Feint Attack here. I don't think so, but I could. Okay, that killed. Do we stall Ancient Powers? That doesn't seem viable. Let's just take the 30%er and call it a game. Let's just take the 30%er and call it a game. If he gets the boosts... Oh, he's got Surf. Doesn't change anything. Alright, Jolteon took a Feint Attack, so I don't think I live an Ancient Power, so this is all the marbles, as it were. 30% to lose. 70% to win. What could go wrong?
The number of remaining Pokemon is 2 to 1. Here it comes, Thunder! That settles this battle. Congratulations! The champion has been decided!
It's one way to do it. Are you trying to guess my favorite line, or are you just quoting things? Big D. Also, it's good to have you back, Big D. You literally never see a Houndoom. Yep, it's just a rare Pokemon, you know? That's exactly what I meant. I'm too tired and sore to be vocal. No sweat. Obnoxious but bearable. My biography. Yep, exactly. That was the joke that I was going for there. So, one of the lines that the narrator will frequently say, the commentator will say, is, wow, it actually just escaped my mind. It was on the tip of my tongue, and I wanted to start it. I was going to quote it, and then refer to it for how I feel. And now I can't even think of it. But anyway, the Pokemon I have were rough, pretty terrible. No, that's my favorite line, but I'm trying to think of the line that I was about to reference. Like I was gonna say something about this team that was going to be a callback to something the narrator says, but I can't think of it. No, you're correct. That is my favorite line. It's a revolving door of Pokemon. I just love it. It's so good. It's just so accurate. It's so funny. I don't know why. But yeah, that's one way to win a... That was a weird team. Like, that's what I was trying to get at, is, like, Houndoom was sick. Jolteon had the 2 best moves you can care for, which is, like, Bite Thunder or Thunderbolt. And then everything else was just filler, which is, like, par for the course right now for these runs I'm doing. I have 1 or 2 good Pokemon, and the rest suck. Scyther was the glue for a switch-in. So was Steelix, but we didn't use Steelix for anything outside of the 7th fight. Exeggutor was too slow and too bad. Like, Solar Beam is too slow to hit anything. Confusion is too weak to kill anything that I needed to kill. I've already forgotten... Oh, it's Omastar. And then Omastar is the worst Omastar in the game. Not the worst. I've seen worse. I think it was... Maybe I'm confusing it with the Kabutops. I'm pretty sure I've had a Kabutops that didn't have a rock move. Or if it's the Amistar from my worst Pokemon run. That one was also really bad, where it was like Icy Wind, Roll Out, Water Gun maybe? Or maybe it didn't have a water move. But I'm distinctly remembering I had a Kabutops or an Omastar, and for some reason I'm remembering Fury Cutter, so it must have been Kabutops, where it didn't have a water move. Or it didn't have Ancient Power. I forget which. So it was like Roll Out, Icy Wind, Fury Cutter. I feel like I've seen that before, but I can't remember. My line is, it's down 1 Pokemon against 3. Will the battle continue to go on with this pace? The sunlight has grown harsh. I'm trying to think what he says after it. With the harsh sunlight, and he says it like that, with the harsh sunlight returning, or entering, like what's the word right after that? With the harsh sunlight, something something something, something something something, here at Pokemon Stadium. That sounds like a line he would say. I'm gonna cheat. We're gonna look up Stadium 2 announcer lines. These are all soundboards. Why isn't this in Pulpapedia? Ted Lewis. Is Ted Lewis the name of the announcer? Pokemon Stadium 2. Yeah, he was. Cool. Alright, winning. With the harsh sunlight, I can't think of the words right. It's the tip of my tongue. Can't think of it. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. This post game wrap up. I'm stalling here. All right.